So hey folks, and welcome back to the channel. On today's video we're going to be looking at the other accessories that are fitted to the Triumph Bonneville T120 Black series, and also we're going to be talking about the trips that we're going to be going on this motorcycle and give you a look at my new Arai Quantic helmet. So what have we got planned this year? Well, before we get into that, looking at the statistics on YouTube, there's only 17% of the total views of my videos that are subscribers. So if you're not a subscriber to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and appreciate if you can give us a like, guys. All helps the channel, and really do appreciate it. Leave a comment below if you've got any questions, always happy to answer those. So let me give you a walk round in reverse order as I've fitted these, so you can see the new stuff that I've put on first. So on the back of the bike I've put this rail on here, which then enables me to attach either a rack, or I can also attach some brackets here on the side for the luggage that's coming, and that's the SW-Motech Legend luggage. I'll pop a picture of that on the screen just now. The actual bags are black and brown, so the brown sections will tie in with the seat, which is really nice. But yeah, the rack on the back of this bike. Now at first I wasn't sure about putting a rack on, but I knew I needed one to be able to put some luggage on, or even put my tent on the back for some up and coming trips that I'm going to talk about shortly. And also it enables me to actually put this bike on the center stand, which is the next thing that I put on the bike. Not sure if you can see just there. So we've got now the center stand on the bike. It wasn't cheap. It was about £229. If you watch the last video, which I'll put a link in the top right hand corner just here, you can see I run down the costs of all the accessories that I'm putting onto this machine. So what else have I done? I've put a new number plate on here which has the UK logo on it so that we can take it abroad. Other accessories that I've put on, what did I put on? The bar end mirrors, as you can see just here. Now I do see when I sit on the bike a lot more vision behind me. Not sure if you can, let me just see if I can get a view of my head. So, don't know if you can see that just there. Just a touch of my arm is in the shot. The mirrors are slightly smaller in circumference than the original stalk type mirrors that I had on. But yeah, I quite like these. You buy the mirrors and then you have to buy the end finishes as well. Again, those are not cheap, just for some aluminum lacquered finishes. Those are about £25. You can get them in black or silver. I got them in silver just to tie in with everything else on the bike. Now if you've watched the other videos, you'll have seen other accessories like the reservoir top just there, and also on the other side I put the bar clamp in the middle, made out of billet aluminium or aluminum, depends where you come from. Other things, the Motone rad guard, Motone sump guard just there. And that's about it for accessories, other than the luggage that's going to go on the back, and that'll be coming in about a week or two's time. And I'm in no rush for that really, with the weather. Today we've got a bit of blue sky just down at Pine Lake. Beautiful, beautiful place. Water sports centre over there in the corner. Okay, so let's go through what we're actually doing on this motorcycle this year. Looking at my list, we've got the Isle of Man TT, the end of May and June. So we'll be going over to the Isle of Man on the Bonneville. And we'll be camping while we're there. We normally stay at Glenluff campsite if any of you are heading over there and going to the same site. Come and say hi. Always great to have a chat with fellow bikers. The ABR, the Adventure Bike Festival, I'll be going down to that, meeting up with a few of you that are heading out that way, and that's the 23rd to the 25th of June. Then in August we've got our annual summer trip. We're going to be taking the Bonneville to Andalusia in southern Spain, and then also we're going to be doing an awful lot of camping trips on the Bonneville, but also on the Yamaha MT-10 SP throughout the year, and we'll be covering places in Wales and also up to the west coast of Scotland, and also some more of the Lake District. Now I want to mention a couple of things. When I bought this bike brand new from Laguna Triumph in Maidstone, Kent, great service by the way. They put a full tank of fuel in this motorcycle. Also I get free labour on the first service when we get to that. Not put a lot of miles on it so far, I'm just on the second tank of fuel. But one of the other things that came through in the post last week was 2 years free RAC cover, full RAC cover for this in UK and the whole of Europe. So that was a nice surprise. I didn't expect to get that, but I think with most Triumph bikes you get it these days, so that was lovely to receive. Not that it's going to break down, Triumphs are reliable these days. So if any of you are wondering where the Yamaha MT-10 SP has gone, she's in the garage. She hasn't done anything since we've got hold of the Bonneville, but that bike's coming up to its 24,000 miles service, and we'll be taking that into, I think, the Yamaha dealer in Fleetwood, where they'll be doing the valve check and a full service. Also, we'll be taking that motorcycle to a mate of mine so we can get it up on his ramp, and also putting a new chain and sprockets and a few more accessories onto that bike. Now, we'll be showing you a picture on screen of the Carcoon that I keep this motorcycle in. This is an outside Carcoon. They do indoor and outdoor ones. But yeah, absolutely love the Carcoon. Keeps the bike nice and dry, keeps it out of the weather, and also circulates the air, takes the moisture out. Also, it has a battery tender on the inside of the Carcoon, so not only does it keep your motorcycle in tip-top condition in the winter months or whenever you're storing it, but I've got a battery tender that came with the Carcoon just there, and that plugs in whenever it goes inside. So I know that the battery's topped up at all times, and whenever I take her out the Carcoon, she's ready to ride. Now, I did mention that we've got a new helmet that we'll be using on the Bonneville, so it's from Arai. It's called a Quantic. Let me show you that now. And this is the Quantic flag. Just waiting for the chin mount to come so I can mount my camera on. That should be here either today or Monday. I'll pop a link in the description below where I get my chin mounts. But yeah, the Arai Quantic helmet. It's got some nice checkers on, a couple of Union Jacks here and there on the top of it. But one thing I noticed on this helmet, that it is one of the safest helmets on the market, and it's to ECE R2206. And what that means is that when they're testing the helmet, they normally do a drop test where they drop something from above onto a single point of the helmet. Well, on the new regulations, on the new tests, they drop this point, I think it's in about 17 different areas around the helmet. So what you'll start to see now is a glance off effect. So more and more helmets will be more round, I think, moving forward to actually pass this test. But yeah, there she is, the Arai Quantic flag. Quite like it. Looks a bit retro with the checkers. Tell me what you think. So I've added the tinted visor. It comes with a pin lock inside as well. It comes with plenty of ventilation. You've got some on the front there. You've got a couple of vents on the top, and also one where the actual logo is that forces air into the helmet. And then also on the back you've got a vent here and some vents at the bottom to get that air away from you. But that's the new helmet to go with the Bonneville. So I'm going to head out for a little ride now. We're not going to be filming any riding today. The road's really wet, so you've got an awful lot of spray coming up off the road. Also, I've got my camera mounted on my chest mount just here, which is not ideal. It's not on the helmet. I'll give you a little look at what it looks like from the chest mount as we head off. I don't know what this guy's doing. But yeah, the Quantic helmet, after I had the Tour X4, I think I bought that helmet for the adventure I had on the Triumph Tiger last August. If you haven't checked that out, have a look in the top right hand corner. But I really love the fit of the Arai helmets. Now, while they're not the cheapest, they're one of the most safest helmets on the market, and there's nothing more important than your head, is there? So that's why I spent the extra. Now, what I can say is the lining is really super comfy, but also the vision, what I think they call the V series, which is their screen or visor, you can really see the peripheral vision at the side of your head. It's really great vision. Now, one downside with Arai helmets is they will never ever put inside a flip down visor, which isn't a deal breaker for me because I always get the slightly smoked one. And then if I do need something extra to block the sun, then I'll just put my sunglasses on. But you can get like an outer visor, like a half shield that comes down, and that fits on the outside of the helmet. Ventilation is very good on this lid. But yeah, how's the camera view? This is from the chest mount that you're seeing currently. Probably gets a little bit more of the cockpit of the bike in with it being lower. I do prefer a helmet mounted camera though, so that whenever I turn my head to look at something, you guys get to see that as well. Bit of a point of view. Really happy with the mirrors, the bar end mirrors. Never been a lover of bar end mirrors, but on the Triumph ones, they're really, really good quality. And I can see a lot more of the road behind me, which is fantastic. So we just hit 141 miles so far on this motorcycle. Need to get to 600 to run it in. Just need some fine days to get out there really. It's just been awful. If you're not from the UK, we've just had constant rain after rain, day in, day out. And while I don't mind riding in the rain, it's not my favourite. Just the fact that I need to clean the bike after every ride is a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest. I hate putting bikes away dirty, especially with the salt on the roads that gets sprayed all over them. One little tip I have started doing, doesn't matter how much you clean the bike after a ride in winter, your discs will always start to rust a little bit. So I get some brake cleaner and I clean all of those before I put them away. Just stops that happening. Now what I have purchased recently, due to the frost and things and me using my little pressure washer, is the internal pipe inside it cracked and broke. So I noticed that Muck-Off do a motorcycle pressure washer now, which is not too much of a pressure that it actually gets inside seals and things on your bike. So they actually recommend it for bicycles and motorcycles. They're doing some deals at the moment online. I think it's about £125 where you get some cleaning equipment, bits and bobs with it as well. So I've just purchased that to keep the bikes tip-top during the winter months. So I think that's me all done with accessorising. Just got the luggage to add on to the bike and that's about it. Somebody asked me about a screen the other day. Would I put one of these little screens on the front of the Bonneville? And frankly I said no, because my experience with screens is they just create turbulence around your helmet, and a small screen like that wouldn't do much other than keep the flies off the clocks. So I won't be adding a screen to it. I think the clean air is pretty good. You know, I'm going along at 50 miles an hour just now and I'm getting no turbulence around my helmet. Obviously you can hear me pretty good. There's not much wind noise in this helmet, actually less than the Tour X4 that I also use, which is great. A little bit warmer as well, this helmet, compared to that one. But if you want the ventilation, there's plenty of it to open up, so all good. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on another video soon. Like I said, if you're not a subscriber to the channel, really appreciate it if you can hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, but it really helps the channel, and also the more likes I get, it really helps the channel and helps the channel to grow. So if you can make sure to smash that like button as well, that'll be really good, guys. And I'll catch you on another one soon. Take care, have a great week at work, whatever you're doing. Ciao for now.